I
We're live.
don't think
Wasn't
we
ready.
caught that.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
No. No. Anyway, hi everybody.
I'm the only one who did the head wiggle.
wiggle.
What is wrong with you people?
Yeah,
Oh my god!
I was trying to ban
I'm
someone.
leaving.
I was trying to ban a bot.
Interview's over. We're done. No head wiggle. It's deal breaker.
See,
I was trying to ban a
distracted by
bot.
Imani
I was
trying to
bot.
sneak a butt in, so like it's.
But Glaiza got banned for me.
Anyway,
I banned the bot.
Yeah.
I forgot I wasn't in mod view, so I couldn't actually like ban and delete them fast enough.
Yeah. Well.
Hello.
Anyway, with that extremely professional intro out of the way, hi everybody to Fuck a Roundtable with a special guest, Cassie or Lamia, or just Lamia on the overlay. I could do an introduction. I guess I will do that. My name is Janis, pronouns I, he, him. And with that, I'm actually going to let Lamia introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Lamia. My pronouns are they, them. I'm not going to say a whole lot else because you're here to find out the rest. The most important part here is that I am, in fact, the executive functioning Dom of Find Out Productions because I am the kind of neurodivergent that helps me get shit done. So I loan those skills out. So, yeah.
I don't know what day of the week it is on a good day. So I need all the help.
Imani, you
get.
can introduce yourself. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Imani. I am your local Chaos Cryptid. I do stuff on the internet, a lot of stuff on the internet. I am coming down from doing Juneteenth. Yes, it's July. Yes, Juneteenth was several weeks ago. Leave me alone.
It's black people time. It's fine.
It's black people time.
You can't say
it's
that.
me out there time.
Hi. Hi, my name is Glaiza. Shout out your pronouns. It is Filipino and it applies to all genders. What more can I ask for? I do a lot of things on the internet, especially in the TTRPG space, but I'm currently unmedicated, so there you go.
Here's the funny thing is, Glaiza, you got unmedicated, and then I got medicated.
It's great.
Like,
it's great. We all have our rising and fallings. You know, it's the rising and the time. Whatever, you get it.
There's definitely some kind of cosmic balance that has to be maintained in the crew. Where it's always just two people are unmedicated and two unmedicated. And I'm just
true.
I'm neurotypical, so I just okay.
I don't know how you
is
said
German.
I genuinely don't know how you did that to yourself.
No, okay, so I have to explain that every time I say it.
No, don't explain it at all. Just leave that there. No context. It's better without context, honestly.
You cannot be off the rails if there were no rails to begin with. My camera gave up. My camera absolutely gave up. Oh no, I pissed off my camera.
My camera's like, no, we can't.
My camera's like
German.
my camera's like German, hide. I don't know what to do.
What kind of camera do you have?
It was gonna fix itself. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, it's back. Hey.
There we go.
See, I never had that problem because my camera has manual focus.
See, we have to do this now because at some point, because of my work, this interview is going to get really serious and it's probably going to need a content warning. And so now we have to be really funny now.
we gotta get the giggles out now.
We have to trap the people here now so that they'll stick around for the heavy shit.
And then they'll be like, fuck, it was a round table.
Yeah, nobody could ever predict that any heavy shit is gonna come up with Lamia as the guest here. That's not
the trauma therapist. The trauma therapist and death doula and DEI consultant doing heavy shit. No,
trauma therapy is fun. It's for your own good.
As you all know by watching Red Markets, I only do levity.
Okay, here's the thing.
We
Lamia,
were laughing a lot during Red
next
Markets,
year,
honestly. Like that.
at some point
That's
next year,
true.
I need you to run a comedy game, like a goofy comedy game. Like Honey Heist.
I'll join it. I'll make it funny.
Here's the thing. I am great in comedy, and so is Jordan Peele.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe in your ability. I think it would be funny.
I do too. There just may also be bodies.
I mean, here's the thing. We can make it work.
Yeah. I watched a show. So I paused my Netflix and got rid of some of my other subscriptions because money. But AMC is cheaper and it comes with Shudder, and I am a horror main. And last night yesterday I watched it's called Forbidden Fruits, and it is The Craft meets Mean Girls in a mall. And it has Lily Reinhart from Riverdale.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Oh, that sounds fucking good and trashy at the same time.
And there's like a murder mystery part because it's part of Shudder, which comes with AMC. And so there's just so many delicious indie horror movies, but this was like a horror comedy. And so like at one point a girl got split in half by falling glass, just like straight through the head, like Final Destination style, and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So that's my kind of comedy.
The slapstick kind.
Yeah. The slapstick murder kind.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not saying no. I'm not. I will take it so long as people are giggling the entire. They're laughing so hard they can't breathe, and if they happen to die while they're laughing that hard, that's like that's on them.
Best way to go. We all have to go sometime.
We all have our horror tropes. My horror trope is cozy kind of horror. We all have our tropes, and I love comedy horror. It's really good. Slapstick comedy horror is great. We should have more of that, actually.
I don't like horror, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
That's real. Imani, I still like. I was so happy to have you as a producer during that one time, Imani, and then realizing that there was no way that was going to be possible. Also, anytime someone tries to put you as a producer in one of my games, just tell them no.
Is it always horror? Is it always horror? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It
is, I now know that now.
It's because, especially if it's a charity thing. If it's a charity thing, I'm running Dread.
Yeah.
I'm running a Dread game.
So funny enough, not to make this about me in Juneteenth, but for Juneteenth, Maya ran Liminal Horror.
Yeah.
And I didn't produce that game because I was like, I don't do horror games, but it was funny. And I actually ended up watching the entire, like, even in the no, here's a box for a glass that you have to walk through to get to the hot coals, like Saw level horror things. It was still funny because it was a bunch of white people doing white people nonsense where they had trapped the player characters in this like corporate retreat thing.
Mm-hmm.
So like the funny outweighed the creepiness.
It was just super, just 90s, early 2000s corporate culture bullshit. It was
nice. Yeah, liminal horror is good for that. Yeah. I have a really bad habit of my horror is always interspersed with like my releasing the nightmares I hear and subsist in during my work life. And so even when it's funny, it's still very existential in ways that Imani, I don't think are okay.
No. So the thing is, I was like, I can't produce that game because I can't force myself to listen to that entire game for the entire way through. But like checking in every once in a while, I was like, oh no, I came in a non-creepy part. Okay, I can sit. So, but yeah, no, actual existential dread, I don't need that in my life. I need my horror. I need my horror soft and fluffy, and it's.
I did the Perilous Pride parade, which was a Dread one shot that was like corporate, like rainbow pride, corporate rainbow shit, in a like series of unfortunate events themed container and everything. And maybe I'll send you the link. You can see if that is okay or not, because it still, I mean, was like, I still have I do like a series of
unfortunate events. I did enjoy that book series as a child.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about like what is my brand or trope of horror, and just thinking back, I think it's just the juxtaposition of we're hunting monsters and everything, and that's fine. We're fighting zombies, but then we get to the bullshit that we can't escape, such as capitalism in red markets or the British Empire, although you did escape that eventually by decapitating the
Wait, you can escape the British Empire?
We did, yes. We defeated the British Empire in our between game because Janis's brand of horror is getting bodied by his players.
I didn't know that
was
was
partially correct, but also sometimes the players turn on each other. That's even better.
Let me talk about Blades for a minute here, where everybody's just turning on each other. It's great. It's actually wonderful. We're all PvPing.
Yeah, I checked when I checked on Blades last. It was Andre going, and I tried to choke Shiv's character or something like that, and I was just like, "What happened?" I thought you were robbing a trade.
Deservedly so. Shiv's character was rude to Kirian's wife. Deservedly so.
Yeah.
But I was like, I came for a train robbery.
Wife with an asterisk. I mean, it is a witch that calls Andre's Andre's character her pet, so there's a bit of that. But
I mean,
they have something going.
It's consent. It's consensual. They like it.
That sounds like a happy marriage to me. I don't understand what your problem is. Don't kink shame. The hell?
Janis is.
I mean, you know perfectly well that I don't have healthy characters in my games.
Listen, Janis. Yes, you do, because you had Leander.
Cedric is pretty healthy. You just keep making him old for whatever reason. Like he's decrepit, and I'm like, homie, he's 50. He's not that old.
That's pretty old. That's like halfway through your life.
In Blades in the Dark, where you don't get sunlight anymore, and you just
it's fine. He is fine. He's survived.
Welcome everyone to Glaiza's apology stream.
First of all, Apologia
stream. You are making up excuses. You're making up excuses for everyone and their dog right now, my friend. Which is totally fine, because Glaiza, I do have to point out, and I want it on record, so I'm gonna say it here in this stream. Okay. Glaiza, you still owe me a toxic romance.
I'm trying to get a toxic romance going, but everyone's being nice to my character.
No, you and me. It's been.
You and I, let's do a toxic romance. We'll make it.
Glaiza, it's been like what, 7 years?
That is true. It has been 7 years. We need to be. So here's the thing. Lamia and I need to be in a game, because the first time we were in a game is one shot, and I Leroy Jenkins it to like destroy myself, and I actually named my character Leroy Jenkins, and I was just like, and I don't even go to that show, you know, like I absorb stuff through internet and memes, and I was just like, well, this is the meme that I know of it, and I Leroy Jenkins into destruction, and it was great. It's on one shot. It's the first time Lamia, Angel, and I knew Angel before. It was the first time we all like played together, and then we're like, all right, that's great.
And then we started doing other stuff that most of it never came out.
Correct. We did a Love is Blind podcast recording, and
Bubblegum for the
did.
brain.
It's
I think
there. It's still saved
one
somewhere.
episode.
One
Yeah.
episode, and we were like, I was the trashy I was the trashy expert, the trashy reality expert, and I was like, and I had Lamia on as the therapist and Angel as another scholar, and I was just like, here are things that you should watch that are trashy, and it was great. And there was just one episode, just we didn't release it.
I need you all to know that this and my clients bringing up these trashy like dating, monogamy, like propaganda shows.
It's great.
That shit changed my life forever because I still watch those shows now. And it's partially your fault.
Are you watching Love Island?
You know what?
Yes.
Here's my thing. Love Island.
Yes, I'm watching it. It's horrible.
I'm not
I
watching
hate it.
I'm not watching it. I'm literally only watching Love Island through people's reaction to Love Island. So I have no idea.
My Peacock subscription just ended to save me. I may still watch it. But it's the colorism is so bad. I cannot. We're not here for that. That's not. But I will say,
different roundtable.
Love Island Deathmatch is in fact the one shot I ran inspired.
I would love to be in a Love Island deathmatch and be sincere. To be honest with you,
so all I know about Love Island this season is fuck sincere. How are you named
correct?
Sincere? And you're like a
correct
wild
because
liar.
sincere is the worst, and I want to be sincere. I want to live as sincere. Because when I first watched the first episode that has sincere in it, and I watched it, and I was just like, "Oh, sincere, I like him." And then everything happened, and I was just like, "Fuck sincere," and I will play that character. At any table.
This entire time, it's like I don't know what any of them are. And here's the thing, Janis, it's good. You don't know what we're talking about because it's not good. I'm not watching Love Island. I'm literally watching it through other people's reaction to Love Island. It's the best way to watch Love Island.
This season, really I don't know why it's this season. But for some reason, this season just got just nuclear attention somehow. It has gone so far beyond the stratosphere of like, and I'm just like, I don't know why this season, because it's so like, it's just messy.
I feel like what happened was originally, the reason why I learned about this season of Love Island happening was because one of the girls on the show, like one of her friends came out and was just like, she's like hella racist. Like, here are all the receipts.
But that's happened before. No, that's
happened before.
Okay,
yeah,
that's the thing.
I don't watch this show. I'm not there for this show. Like, I don't.
All of these things that are like grabbing the attention right now has happened before.
All of it has happened before. And also, Siren Mage is like, age gap romance gross. Go watch Age of Attraction. Be prepared to be disgusted. It's on Netflix. It's terrible. They did it in the worst possible way, and it doesn't, like, the premise is bad. My friends have been showing me Love Overboard.
Is that the boat? Is that the where they live on a boat?
It's where they live on a boat, and you have the topsiders and the downsiders and in the downstairs. And
it's Parasite.
So
it's Downton Abbey, but reality TV.
It's so bad, and no one's okay. And part of the reason I started watching these shows is like Love is Blind kept coming up in therapy sessions with clients.
Yeah,
and so I started watching these dating shows because my clients were bringing them up, and they're like either connections with characters or they're like very visceral reactions to things that were going on. And I didn't watch any of this shit because I am over here in my very happy ace, queer, non-monogamous, kinky bubble of people who
actually fun to watch. It's really fun to watch when you're in a good space.
Well, yes and no, because I started watching it. Like, I started watching these things regularly under, like, as a therapist, figuring out what my clients are talking about. And so I'm also just sitting here. My therapist brain is going. Love Overboard fried my therapist brain because all of these people are a problem. None of these people should be on this boat. They all need to be in a therapy room, in a confessional, in some kind of services to help them introspect as to why they're treating people the way they are.
Okay, can I tell you something terrible? Can I tell you something absolutely terrible that you're probably gonna hate?
What?
So, they probably have a therapist on set. So
here's the thing.
So my day job is filming TV. Like my day job is working. Like I've worked on a lot of reality TV shows. Like not romance ones, but like a lot of them. And so at some point, I forget what show it was. I want to say it was Big Brother. But the cast got together and like threatened them with lawyers for the way the production team was treating the cast of the show. And so their response, CBS and Paramount's response was, okay, we'll hire a therapist so like bad things don't happen to you, and you can talk to this with a therapist on set. And a bunch of other shows followed that same line of thinking, and like as like a legal protection saying, hey, you can't say production made you do these things because your therapist was on set and your therapist okayed this, or the psychologist that we have on set okayed this. So like, I guarantee you, if they're not seeing someone once a week, they're supposed to see one at the end of the show.
Yes, and here's what I'm saying though: is
I don't think they're good at their job.
That there's who your client is matters.
Yeah, and
when a production hires a consultant, right? The client,
the production
the client is the production. Right. And so like that's different. Also, having mental health consultants, having intimacy consultants and everything is great. I would prefer they did versus they didn't. But as someone who consults, like it is way different when I run or like write a game as like a GM or a dev, way different power scope than when I am a consultant on a game. Like whether or not you get listened to, whole huge conversation I've done panels on, etc. Right? Like, and I think when I see these shows, part of the horror of these shows is the like it's the same horror as the Hunger Games, right? And it's the same like we're all still watching.
I mean, that's where Hunger Games came from.
Speaking of, by the way,
literally watching Survivor going.
Speaking of consulting for games,
Imani, Janis wants to get us into an actual interview now.
Yeah. Okay, I guess.
We spent.
Hey, it wasn't my fault. I didn't do
the
this.
last 50. Sure.
I'm being blamed for this.
Wow.
But speaking of, Glaiza may be done. Speaking of consulting for games.
Wow, the white man has silenced the black person and murdered the Asian.
The white German guy.
Yeah. So
I love you all
so much. It's a set of
so
skills
much
that I have inherited. Like, please, let me just do my thing.
All right. Let the neurotypical talk.
Janis, you had something.
I did. At some point, I had something to say. Yeah, I'm not sure anymore, honestly. I think I might have to recuse myself after that one, but anyway. I smelled a segue for a second about consulting on games. And then we derailed it again immediately. Yeah, we had a segue opportunity. We missed it. We destroyed it. We burnt the bridge. Anyway, but
consulting games, Lamia. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. So you've had some games that you worked on recently. Like, can you talk about that? Please save us.
Here's the problem with asking me to save you. I'm a sadist. No, yeah, so let's see. Things current projects. Let's talk about the people that have also signed up for me to sadist them along with one of my friends. Let's talk let us talk about Veils of Chicago, because that's my current ongoing show. And is my baby, my little homebrew Vampire the Masquerade Chicago chronicle, because yeah, World of Darkness has some problems.
Yeah.
And they've put out a lot of mess. But I love vampires, and I kind of like some of the mechanics and the way the mechanics work in VTM. I like games where like if we're doing crunch, that there's like very direct reasoning for it, and it's like dots systems for character stats are both annoying but also can be really fun and really like allow you to say something about your character. And so I really like World of Darkness games, but I really don't like the racism and things like that, because I do also have a copy of the Ebony Kingdom, which
That sounds amazing. That sounds
for those uninitiated, oh god, I'm so tempted to run and grab the book. It's bad. It is so racist. And it's one of those situations where they did have consultants, but I also know that like it's like, especially the further back in World of Darkness you go, the less and less they actually like listened to people. And they still struggle with it to this day. There's my co-GM. Hi, Werewolf Field. Norden Ali is my co-storyteller for Veils of Chicago. And so what we've been doing is we've been taking what works about Vampire the Masquerade and in general World of Darkness, because there's stuff that I won't disclose here in case there are players lurking about or that watch the VOD. But in general, we've taken World of Darkness and what works and then what doesn't work and crafted it into something that may work for us. And so I'm really excited to rebuild a Chicago that like helps us tell the story we want to tell. And it's also, so Twilight Vigil is Bad House RPG's World of Darkness, like their canonical world. And so this is a canon part of Twilight Vigil. And so it's been so much fun to like work with the Bad House team, but also give Fabs a chance to play. Like you'll notice our cast is basically a cast of GMs and forever GMs.
Yep.
And so I love being like, hey, why don't you all sit back and play for once? And so we have Dimples and Dice, we have Fabs, we have Ryomasa, and yeah.
Sorry, Filipino. Do it.
Yeah. And we have Sailor Scout Austin. We have Austin, and so it's been so much fun to like come together. And I like running games, especially if I'm running like actual, like not just one shots, if I'm running mid to longer games. I feed off of energy, and like having players that are interested and like super invested in the story is second to none. Like it's just the best thing. And everyone just keeps handing me daggers to stab in their characters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Norden Ali and I, we built like a house that they could explore just with tons of sharps in it. And they were like, but actually, we love you both. So we also went ahead and built you all a garage and stocked it. And it's amazing.
Just knowing just the two people in there, just Austin and Ryomasa, I'm like, yeah, you don't have enough knives. You're gonna need
There
more.
could be more knives. There could be more knives.
They're gonna look at your house and like, not enough knives, really, and just have backpacks and back cars full of knives for you.
Miracle was like, "Oh no, we have too many knives. We can't hold them all." So you're
No.
gonna start juggling the daggers like a circus performer.
There's no such thing as too many.
No.
But yeah, oh, and that is also the point that Nordin Ali is making in chat of Nordin's usually a forever player, and I have now roped him into being a storyteller with me for the first time, because this is actually his first time storytelling publicly. And so I'm just over here like being nefarious and getting people to do shit, and it's great. And like episode 1, Dimples's character gives the prince his blood, the prince that he's trying to usurp.
Yeah.
Just, and for those who
Bad idea
don't
for a
know,
vampire.
Choices are made.
that's a bad move. That's a
That
bad
I don't think
power
Imani
move.
has
that can
I just feel
backfire.
like that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, this is a Chicago where this is a Chicago where the Tremere actually have quite a bit of power. And so the prince just immediately is like, hands his blood off to a Tremere, and what they can do with your blood, I mean, they can kill you instantly. And that's not the worst that they could do with it. So that's fun. That happened episode 1, folks. So you should go watch Veils of Chicago, because it's a 10 episode series. We're only on episode 5, and it is spicy. It is wild, and I'm having so much fun with it.
So one thing I wanted to ask about that is exactly how the co-GMing works. Both because like VTM is a system where you can't really run on 0 prep. Like you can try with enough experience, you probably can, but I don't think you do. Also, especially when one of the people involved hasn't. Yeah, like how much prep are you doing? How does that work? Just in collaboration with somebody else?
Yeah, so Nordin Ali and we work really well together. We have weekly meetings, and we have a Google Doc with a billion tabs for characters, tabs for episodes, tabs for music, we designed okay, hold on. How do I want to say this? Because our players know that when they get XP, the rubric grants them XP every session. So they don't know what's on it yet. And so we have a tab for that. And we talk through both just like mechanically, dramaturgically, we talk through things. We have storyteller chats with each player separately, and then in the Discord we also have our like our chat with the whole cast and production team, Bad House team, and everything. And so for co-GMing, one of the things we've been really good about, and I'm so happy with how it's gone, because I'm the Camarilla storyteller, because my essentially like DMPC is the prince, and Nordin Ali is the Anarch storyteller, because his DMPC is the Baron Mirza. And so it works out so that like we've talked about who's doing which characters in which factions, and like when do we cross over, when don't we cross over. We talk about who's like each week we alternate, or we figure out how we're sharing the cold open and the stinger at the end. And so like I think this is probably, while still being very improv-y, this is probably the most prep I've done for a game. But it also is really helpful because if there's something I can't do at the moment, chances are Nordic Ali will be able to do it. And so if it's like, oh man, we need to message Dimples to like create a backup character, because he just gave the breaking blood, or oh man, hey, ask Ryomasa about that thing that they wanted because it might kill them. One of us can do it, and then we can alternate back and forth, and then in the background we are very much in communication, constantly making sure things are going well. We have like which songs go with like which characters or which scenes, so that the music stays thematic, and so that the audience and the players can start to draw connections of like, oh wait a second, when they start hearing this song, somewhere involved is going to be this character, this NPC and stuff like that. So we're doing fun things like that, and Norn Ali is way more knowledgeable about the mechanics and the history of World of Darkness than I am, and I am way more knowledgeable about Chicago and the history and like mechanics of the city and the politics and the history and what we do and don't want to pull from, and so we fuse that together to just make beautiful chaos and horror.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Hopefully that answers your question about co-storytelling.
No, it does. I have a side question about what you're using to like do the music cues, but that's like a technical question, not a.
Yeah. So Bad House has a DJ bot in the in our server, and so like we have Epidemic Sound. I make a playlist for every episode. Okay. And then we send it to so Fabs is doing production. We send it to Fabs, and then basically, because neither of us are doing production, we just have to try to time sending a message in Discord of like track 9, track 20, track 1,
okay,
etc. as we go.
Nice. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I as a production nerd, I'm always curious about how other people do production things in the background. I was like, how are you doing
that? So part of our document, part of our storyteller document is every episode has 3 tabs. It's got the main story tab where we like map out general like which NPCs have which information if they go there. And like we're constantly using stars, wishes, and sparkles and stuff at the end of each session to kind of figure out where our players are wanting to possibly go, so that we have an idea of who will need and who needs to be queued up to have what or to not be able to be found for whatever reason. And so we have that main tab, and then we have the XP tab to make sure that the rubric has its say. And then we have our music tab where like we go through and we pick songs and then we number them so that it's easy to queue for production.
Nice. That sounds beautiful. It sounds amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I want to see your documentation.
Maybe after the season I will show it, because it's full of secrets.
Oh no, don't spoil it for me. Don't.
Yeah.
You can spoil it for me. I have the memory of a goldfish, so
that's also true.
It wouldn't stick. I'd be like, true. Oh yeah, huh?
It'll be
unless I write it down.
Oh,
Giannis,
you know what?
Giannis has explained stuff to me about my own character, and I'm like, sure. And then we go into Blades, and then Giannis would spring this on me, and I'll be like, oh my god, shock! And it's reality because I don't remember anything.
Oh, please. Listen, if the secret was that all Chicago is made out of cheese, I would be so angry on behalf of your players.
Yeah, Werewolf in chat is saying, "Oh, spoilers! It's all cheese. That's the secret." But
that's the secret cap. It's all cheese.
what is fun is one thing we've been doing, and now you all will know, so that when you're watching the episode, you can try to play along and you can leave it in the comments of the VODs. Every episode, there is a historical quote that links back to some figure in like activism or revolution or something, and Norden and I are alternating and picking it, and somewhere in the episode there is a quote. And so like the first episode there was a Nina Simone quote.
Nice.
One episode had an Audre Lorde. Our last episode had Norden, what was this? Who was this quote? Norden had a Nehru quote last episode. And so our players, if they can guess where the quote was, we give them an extra XP point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You get extra points for being cultured.
You get extra being cultured or figuring out the game. Oh yeah, Norton's other one was Rumi. Yeah. There was a Rumi quote.
I know you're saying Rumi like it means something to me, but my brain just like K-pop Demon Hunters.
A poet. Rumi is very prolific. Yeah. So
that's unfortunate where my brain is at.
Yeah. Basically, typically all of my quotes tend to be Black folks, and all of nerds tend to be Swana folks.
As you know, as expected. Yeah.
Yeah. So
episode 8.
It's gonna be a lot of Jose Rizal for me if I'm in there. So you know.
the Sabat will come out
to some extent, but yeah.
Yeah. The Sabat will come out. I can be your idol. What was the quote for today?
Soda pop. Just randomly like going soda pop, you know? It's great.
My little soda pop.
You're all I can think of. Every drop I drink of. You're my soda pop.
That's not as long as it's so bad, like as long as it's so bad but so catchy, and I'm mad that they did it on purpose. I'm mad that they did that.
They did do it on purpose. Yeah.
Very on purpose. Yeah.
Because I hate that it works.
Yeah, it's the whole demonic angle. Yeah,
it's like Soda Pop and Your Idol is the exact same song. It's the exact same song, meaning wise and all that. It's just Sorry, the religious theologian nerd in me is coming out. No, it's great.
If it helps, I have a burlesque routine that I do to Your Idol because I'm that kind of person.
So good. And so okay, just one more quick thing. They did an official Filipino dubbing of K-pop Demon Hunters, and every time I watch it, it makes I got goosebumps everywhere because of all of the things that they made it so Filipino as well. And the Your Idol is really just in your face when it comes to like all the religious stuff. Anyway, this isn't K-pop Demon Hunter Filipino talk. I'll just
one thing that might be interesting is as you know, I do convention work and stuff, and one of the things I do is I'm in charge of helping to interview and recruit storytellers to tell in the intersection space. And there was somebody who pitched a K-pop Demon Hunters inspired game, but they weren't someone who was Korean, and I had concerns. And so like instead of just being like, nah, you can't do this here, helped with the help of Youngles, like helped to like talk this person through what would it look like to apply the premise of me like fighting demons through cultural music to your culture that you actually have touchstones for and that you actually have like personal intimate connection to and could do well. And it resulted in a game that ran in the space that was in Caribbean culture. It was really
I was gonna ask
cool.
I was gonna ask if this was a white person.
No.
Yeah, because that wouldn't have worked. Because white people don't actually understand that they have a culture of their own half of the
Which is
time.
wild because the Catholic Church is
You
right
can
there.
only look at other
Catholic
people.
right
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
there.
Oh man, the
great
Catholic
music.
Church.
I've had to
I-
explain that. I've had to explain the different the difference between whiteness and blackness, as far as like whiteness is a power hoarding project and blackness is a survival project. And so like having to explain that again is a thing I get to do in my day-to-day life, which is why all my games are horror games.
That actually makes sense. That makes sense.
All right. But yeah, we've come up to one of the topics for today, which is
Several, in fact.
PAX.
I gave you gifts.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh look, the knives. The knives. So many.
Yeah.
The knives.
But we might stick with this one for a while, which is the PAX Together Intersection. So just for everybody who has never been to PAX, such as me, and I will probably also never be there because different continent. So what
there's
is
not a PAX
the
then?
intersection?
It's I
No.
think only Australia that has
Okay.
PAX.
Yeah, and I
Unless
don't.
I completely missed it, I don't think there is one.
There-
You know.
There is not. ReadPop runs conventions in the EU and in UK, but none of them are PAX branded.
Wait a second. Reed bought PAX?
ReadPop has been so
Oh yeah.
okay, hold on. So this is actually something people don't understand. PAX is a co-owned, technically, convention, but ReadPop is responsible for the majority of the logistics and planning and running. But Penny Arcade still maintains ownership to a lot of IP and still gets like power to like AC Inc. gets, main stage and all that kind of stuff. It's more complicated than that. I am a contractor.
No.
I am not on the like corporate contract side, but it's a very weird, very complicated partnership. But yeah, no, ReadPop has for a long time.
Well, I know.
I thought ReadPop had
I
just
didn't
straight
realize
up
they were,
bought the
like-
entire thing.
I know. I knew they hadn't bought the entire thing. I thought they were like in collaboration with where Penny Arcade was still. I'm still the adult here, but we've contracted out to ReadPop because ReadPop does conventions and we can't run 5 conventions.
Yeah, it's more complicated than that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but what is the
At the
intersection in general and also to you specifically? Look, we have half an hour left. We need to get to the.
There-
This has been a good time without the intersection. Not, not important. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. So the intersection, also known as the PAX Together Intersection, formerly known as the Diversity Lounge, is a room. So first of all, intersection is a room that has multiple programs in it. So when you hear acronyms, you may hear the IGL, Intersection Games Library. You may hear the PTI, PAX Together Intersection. You may hear the intersection. These are in old schoolers. You may hear the Diversity Lounge. Oh, hold on. 1 second.
No, ReadPop's calling. They're watching the stream.
No.
They're like, you guy or new.
we heard our names.
So you
Okay.
never say that
we're-
in the mirror.
Never say ReadPop 3 times in a mirror. Anyway, no. And so there's a lot going on in the room. There's also exhibitors and stuff. So the intersection is kind of an umbrella to a lot of things. And so the thing that I do and that I have been contracted for a while to do is the games library and its programs, including the storyteller program, which is what I was talking about earlier with recruiting folks and interviewing people. So we have games that are facilitated where the intersection is the only PAX official space that requires safety tools, and we have our own sets, including like an aftercare sheet and other really cool stuff. And it's all specifically to serve people of targeted identities. And so when the Diversity Lounge first started, it was just a space with like beanbag chairs where people could hang out, and it was not intentional. It was not like structured. And so now there are exhibitors around the room, and there's programming in the room. The games library is specifically designed to highlight and be of interest to folks who are queer, trans, of color, disabled, etc. We have since spawned off another room, which is the Access Forward Gaming Lounge, which is specifically like has and is running accessibility content at East. This was the first time they'd been able to branch out into also video games and showing the accessibility features for video games. And so these spaces are to ensure that there is a safer space for folks of targeted identities to go. We also have a community care table where we have menstrual products that people can just take and not feel embarrassed about and not have to worry about paying for in the middle of a giant convention when stuff happens. Band-aids, eyeglasses wipes, masks for COVID consciousness. We sometimes get donated COVID tests that people can have, and it's all free, along with the more fun stuff like stickers and pins and stuff like that. So it's kind of a hub for folks who are of various identities that need some extra space in PAX and may not always get a chance other places, or may have experiences other places that aren't great. So, yeah.
And so for yourself, I do know that you actually had somebody draw art of you at the intersection. I think that you still have on the screen.
I did.
Oh, it was very good. It was very talented. Actually, no, let me rephrase it. It wasn't that they were very talented. It was very good art. It was very cute and
oh, there was this cute baby trans kid who hung out in the space at East all weekend, would like pop in and was just super sweet. Just needed a space for himself. And the last day he came up and was just the most adorable, and was like, hey, this may be inappropriate, but can I draw you? This space has meant so much to me. And oh my God, we cried. I cried. I cried. My colleagues cried when I told them. And then we saw the art and we got it. It is now like permanently on my overlay on my streams, because there was so much that was really hard about East. And having to run the room, just like basically 2.5 of us for all 4 days, basically all week, because also set up and tear down. We also were not given help, and so you had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had like a couple of disabled folks setting up and tearing down the room alone, asterisk. Some really great community members came and helped us as they could, but for the most part we did it alone. And so like there was a lot that was really hard. We were working ridiculous hours. I worked so many hours that week, and so that touched me so deeply. That touched all of us so deeply. that like all of us cried. My boss, who's the Read Pop staff member, also like cried because we were so overwhelmed because there was the opportunity with what happened with the enforcers being pulled out. We were given the option when I walked in. We were given the option to not do the room at all, to just shut it down, lock the doors.
That's not an option.
That's that is a choice.
That's a fake
To
option.
give
And-
people.
That's
It's the either you do it the way we want to, or you just fuck off. It's not really a choice.
And-
yeah.
And so Tamsin, my colleague who's a white queer disabled person, and I were, and then Blue, who was in charge of demo days at East, which is another program. Tamsin and I were like, we just like I literally had just gotten off a plane. I took 2 weeks off work to do this. Like, I'm not, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
I got on a plane and I thought we had a plan. We had a long-term like layout of a plan, of a vision of like what needed to happen, milestones, etc. And then I got off the plane, I walk in the door, and it's all been blown to hell. Enforcers have been removed from the room, and it's like, if y'all don't want to do this, it's a lot of work, and I can't ask you to do this, so we can just close the room and start letting exhibitors and storytellers know. And it's like, people are already here. Like, it's load-in day. Oh, it's load-in day.
Yeah.
You don't spring that on people like the day before convention, or like 2 days before convention. You tell them that like a week
No, I
in
mean, you
advance.
know that way in advance. That's because I used to, as a student job, I used to actually do convention work in the sense of be involved in like collection, so just get money from exhibitors, building up, tearing down, and so on. So you don't suddenly like a day or two before the convention starts understand
Can we
that.
go to break really fast?
Yeah. Okay.
Just really fast. I need to get supplies for my basement, which is flooded. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
Nordine, say everything. I am absolutely here for you to reveal every. Anyway, we're back live.
We're back.
Captions are cleared.
Yeah, captions are cleared.
Okay.
Just to bring us back to PAX. So when did you first become involved with the intersection? And how many have you been part of? Because there are too many PAXs for me to keep track of.
No, it's okay. So technically, in the scope of things, what's funny is like, I'm a baby PAX goer. I've only been to a few. I had never. So I got involved with PAX because I was one of the first PAX Together Fellows, which was another program in the intersection that has basically been shelved because the I Need Diverse Games, Cipher of Tears, former nonprofit, had helped fund that. And so when I Need Diverse Games dissolved, the decision was made somewhere not to fund the fellowship anymore. But that's how I got involved in PAX, because I hadn't been able to go to PAX before. I hadn't been able to go to a convention and do the whole hotel and all that kind of stuff. And so I got involved in PAX as a fellow in 2023. And started doing panels and everything. Yeah, PAX Oz is completely separate. It's not even the it's very different. Just so folks know. But I oh yes, important point. The intersection is at well, typically the intersection would be at all 3 North American PAXs. So that's East, West, and Unplugged. And so because PAX South does not exist anymore. That was before my time, and that was really before the Intersections time anyway. But
they're two dead
I was
PAXs.
Yeah, I was a fellow, which meant I ran games in the Intersection and I paneled. And because I do a lot of things, I was on a lot of panels. And then I paneled again in 2024 and started talking to PAX about helping them with the like aftercare sheet and stuff that got delayed for reasons, TM. And then at the end of like 2024, beginning of 2025, there was a spot and I got contracted to start helping with the Intersection. And so it's now been, for me working with the Intersection, it's now been 2 Easts and an Unplugged because West doesn't fit super well with my schedule. Typically this would have been, in theory, this would have been the first year possibly that was going to happen. And it's not. But for each of these conventions, like we start planning, like we have to start planning early because we have to recruit people and interview. And so for the Intersection, we interview every single possible storyteller. So when we go through applications, anything that's not a definite no immediately for whatever reason, like sometimes people will be like, I want 8 hours to run a game. That's an immediate no, right? Folks who are like, I want to do this thing that is super antithetical to the space. That's a no. But otherwise, we interview everyone. And so like there are times where it's like I'm doing like 30 to 40 interviews in like 2 weeks. And stuff. And so like even though it's been a short time, it's been a lot. Like I've done a lot. Writing policy, updating policy, revamping the interviews completely, making sure that the program runs smoothly. And like at East, we had over 2,800 visits over that 4 days.
2,800?
Yeah.
That's too many people. That's too many people. I'm
2,800 in our little room alone, and that's not including. So the PAX Together like program also has like, that's where the like drag show falls under. That's where your panels about Asians in horror had a panel, and that like Glaiza's been panel on a lot of PAX Together picks. A lot of my panels are PAX Together picks even before I was part of the Intersection. So all of that kind of programming and stuff, it centers around this space. And so yeah, so technically since 2023 I've been, because that's when I was a fellow. So yeah.
So also like 2,800 people, and
too many people.
You have spawned off to another room, the Access Forward one that you mentioned. So
we don't have a count for visits.
Yeah.
And we have a space. So the demo days, which is the program for BIPOC developers to be able to showcase their games on the expo floor, that provides them like support and mentorship of how to do that for the first time, because it's a very specific skill set and no one teaches us stuff. That program, there's also a space on the expo floor that is also kind of a satellite space that is running and promoting, the devs are running and promoting their games, and we give them help and sometimes run their games simultaneously in the Intersection as part of the storyteller program as well, for people to have multiple spaces or like a quieter space to run the game as well. So there's the PAX picks are the panels and events all around the con. The Intersection is the specific room. The Access Forward Gaming Lounge is another affiliate room. And then the Demo Days devs setup is a satellite space on the expo floor. So it's actually a really big, and at East we had exhibitors, we had enough exhibitors, enough organizations that were aligned with our mission and values and got space through applying to the program, that we had a satellite exhibitor row out in a hallway, like down the block from the room as well.
Yeah.
Wait.
And of course, you you had so what I wanted to say is mainly like there's a lot of work to be done, and it seems like you have to do a lot of that just by yourself. And of course, you had a Blue Sky thread that blew up earlier this week, which I think last I checked was like at 100 reposts, probably more at this point. Where you said that it has always been a struggle to just get the support needed to run the intersections. So what were those ongoing issues, to the extent that that's something that can be said?
Yeah, so I do a lot of consulting broadly, and it can be really hard to get especially in corporate environments, it can be really hard to get everybody fully on board and understanding what different pieces do, because corporations are very, generally speaking, tend to be really siloed. And so I think even from the start, when it was the Diversity Lounge back in 2014, you can find a Polygon article about it that called it a half-baked experiment, right? And that's when there was no programming, no staff in the room. It was just a room with like beanbag chairs, and people could like come and hang out. And I'm assuming maybe the flags and decorations were still on the walls, and there were a couple of exhibitors maybe. And so that kind of a space is pretty cheap to put on, right? It's pretty easy to do. What the intersection is now is a very intentionally built and maintained safer space, like capital S's safer space, in that there's a specific model to it, right? There's specific ideals and missions and values that everything we do follows and it is informed by. And that is way more expensive because you have to staff it. You have to run programming, which means you have to bring people in, and you have to have the space to do so. Imani?
I have a question, but after you finish talking.
Okay. And so that intentionality, though, it also helps everybody because the space feels safer, because it is, right? We mandate and train our storytellers on using safety tools and using our safety tools and how to handle situations. To be an intersection storyteller, you not only have to interview, but you don't just have to apply. You also have to interview. You don't just interview. You also have to we have a training video and a quiz, and you have to pass the quiz. You can take it multiple times, but you have to pass the quiz to show that you understand the expectations and how to do things before we will even put you on the schedule. And we do lose people to that. I have absolutely had to send decline emails to games, to storytellers I was really excited for their game because they didn't pass the quiz. And you know, you get to take it multiple times, but there's a deadline because we have to do things, because ReadPop has deadlines, which means we have to have deadlines. There are printing deadlines. And so like printing costs money, right? The games library, we do get a lot of donations, but we also have to have dice. The community care table. And so understanding that these things are happening in this room and this is why people treasure the room, not just because it's a space with flags on the wall, is really, can be really hard when stuff is so siloed, and it can be really hard to get communication to sync up and to understand why we're saying we need to train enforcers more, why we need to do this. And so support wise that can be really hard, because corporate structures, like my whole bag, like consulting for businesses, is organizational and workplace like change and psychological safety and all these things, and building that takes a lot of commitment that is actually really hard to do in a corporation because of the structure and because it requires so much buy-in from so many different levels, and bottom up change doesn't work super well because the purse strings are up top, and trying to get top down change is really hard because then people feel like they're not being listened to or they're being voluntold for things. And getting that synthesis, that simultaneous change is really difficult, especially as a contractor and especially as a queer disabled contractor of color. And so I think with what happened and what is happening right now, I'm hoping that meetings that are coming up, we can bridge this gap of understanding and value. Because I think that PAX, I think that ReadPop understands that the space is important. But I want to make sure that the understanding that the intentionality and the nature of running a safer space is actually what people value. I don't know a whole lot of people who would be happy going back to a unstaffed room with beanbags and a couple of exhibitors. In fact, the exhibitors themselves didn't make money in that model. People didn't really come. And now, right, you have like Boston Gamers, who that organization has grown so much, and they attribute a lot of that to the intersection. They because I talked to all of our exhibitors at East, and they understand a significant part of their budget comes from the donations from tabling in that space. And if the space becomes less intentional, then the space stops being a destination. And I think that I think getting support is hard, because that change is really hard for people who aren't in charge of the space to see, because they're not in the space.
Yeah, and you also said that there was a specific crisis point at PAX East, and that right now the future of the intersection is very much just up in the air, because there's no budget in place for it at the moment, if I read that correctly. So what exactly happened at PAX East, and what happened kind of afterwards?
Yeah, so what I can say right now is this is no secret. There were no enforcers in the space at PAX East, and the plan for the intersection was for it to eventually be predominantly run by enforcers, with one contractor like overseeing the stuff that enforcers aren't allowed to do.
So what exactly are enforcers in the context of PAX and so on?
In the context of PAX, enforcers are they're kind of like minimum wage folks that help run the convention. So these are folks who apply and they like man the doors, they help set up booths, they help carry stuff, they help direct people where to go. And so in the intersection, for them to take over, they need to know the games. They need to know how to check players in, how to check storytellers in, how to create the storyteller bundles and stuff. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into this, because again, it's a very intentional, very robust set of programs. And so in order to do those things, they have to know how they work, and they have to work together with each other to do that. And we weren't at that point for East. And so we said, hey, we're going to do more training at East. with them, and because we hadn't gotten some of the communication that we had asked for and needed, we decided, we were like, hey, we're going to need to run it as another training, because the stuff we saw at Unplugged in 2025 never got addressed. And so this just isn't possible to have only one contractor this time, with not having worked out the kinks, basically. And for whatever reason, the Read Pop staff in charge of enforcers decided, instead of doing that they were going to pull all of our help from the space. Enforcers are also the folks who have access to all the safety numbers and things. So for the first day and a half of the con, until we ran into issues, we didn't actually know how to contact people beyond just our Read Pop staff member, which is somebody who is running all the programming. And so that really was a crisis, because you had 2 people running the space full time and in chart. No one can be in the room unless one of us is there, because we were the key holders. And then we had one demo days contractor who was running that, but was coming back as much as they could to try to help us. And so that really was a crisis, because anytime we had issues and stuff, there wasn't folks that were connected to PAX's safety infrastructure directly. And so that, on top of just, as I've described, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
And so having one to 2 people on at a time, because we needed breaks, obviously. We were working, I think my shortest day was my birthday, which was 10 hours.
That is difficult to actually, I mean, if you want to have an intentional space and force people to work 10 hours, something that doesn't really add up to me. But anyway, so what is the current status of the intersection, and just kind of plans that
from what I understand, from what I understand, the current status of the intersection is that there will be a PTI, there will be a room. I nor any of my colleagues who know how to run the programs we run, none of those programs have been done. So we start planning for West in somewhere between, at the latest, we start in maybe May with planning, at least the gentle planning. Usually a little bit earlier, because we do our East wrap-ups and then we take what we learn from there and start going. But East has been in May before, and so we've worked with it. But it's less than 60 days to show. There have been no storyteller recruitment, no exhibitor recruitment, no demo days, no room mapping, no orders made. None of that programming has been done, and none of us have been given work to do. Normally by this time we would have a full schedule ready to go. Interviews would be done. We'd know what games we're running. We'd know when they're running. We'd have the entire room structured. We'd know exactly what exhibitors are there. We'd know who our devs, or at least who the short list for devs are. If we were running demo days, if we were running the fellowship, we'd know the short list or the confirmed facilitators for that, because we'd be working on-site logistics at that point, because we would have had to have the schedule done. The room mapping would have been due by now. We're coming up on printing deadline dates, which is some of the last stuff that happens. None of that has happened. But what I've been told is that now, after before the post blew up, apparently over that weekend, right before I made the post, someone, I don't know who, I don't know how, but I heard from enforcers were told over the weekend before the post was made that the intersection wasn't happening. And then my post came out. And so then there was a frenzy from multiple directions. now I'm being told there will be an intersection. The answer to the question of what does that look like, there's currently not an answer to that. It's too late for me to go to West. I had to take other work. My colleague, who would be the other person that would be able to run the games library part of it, the way we typically run it in that very intentional way, is not available either. I'm not, so I don't know what the intersection at West looks like. We're now running up against deadlines to confirm what is happening for Unplugged. And even that, there's no answers for that at all, beyond the current statements. The current official statement is there will be an intersection. Now, whether it is what that looks like, I don't know, but I do know a lot of other contractors around PAX have been told there is an intersection. And so those of us who actually are in charge of the intersection have been running into a lot of folks, particularly white folks, that are like, well, I was told by PAX that there is an intersection, so I don't, like, folks not wanting to believe our experiences and stuff has come up.
Yeah. So as one last question, because we are over time anyway, but
time schmine.
So, yeah. What are your hopes for the intersection, and like, what do you think should be done to support it, and what do you think can the intersection really be with the proper support?
So for that last part, I will say I believe it can be amazing, right? Like this is the kind, like this kind of programming and stuff, and the way that we do things with the intentionality, with the safety, with the like accountability, really can be something that other areas of the convention can take on, so that there isn't such a deep need for the intersection, right? Like it's that thing of sometimes people are like, well, isn't the whole convention supposed to be the safe space? Like, isn't the whole convention supposed to be intersectional and inclusive? And like, I definitely hear that. And right now it's not. We get a lot of people coming in after some really unfortunate experiences. And so I believe the space can be a beacon. I believe the space should be a beacon whilst it's needed. And in all honesty, I really hope we get to a point where the whole convention is the intersection, right? Not in a takeover, weird colonizer way, but in a
colonize it.
We're taking I do think it can be something that makes everything better and makes everyone think about how they're running things. And like, if we can face the uncomfortable pieces of what people are experiencing and why the intersection is so needed, I think we can improve things as a whole. And in obviously that's pie in the sky long-term stuff, but like in the short term, whether it's me stewarding it or not doesn't matter so much as the intentionality of it matters. Currently, the staff member in charge of the intersection right now worked really hard to make sure that the contractors in charge of the intersection had the expertise that the Diversity Lounge lacked, so that the intentionality that the Diversity Lounge lacked, and that was commented on in that initial like article, doesn't happen again, and that the people running it really reflected the diversity that we wanted to see in the room. And so I really hope that we don't go back to a model where it is cliquey or that is just white folks running a space and calling it intersectional, while the rest of us feel left out, unseen, and excluded. And I really think that is very possible.
With that, Glaiza has to run. So
Glaiza's car is
the car is ready.
Yeah. So it is unfortunately
I'm
time
so
to end
sorry.
this.
It was a good conversation, but we lost track of time. We said 90 minutes, and
Yeah.
it's been.
It has been 90 minutes on stream, I think, but yeah, we need to leave. Or Glaiza needs to leave. So
Yeah.
outro time,
needs to
Glaiza,
leave.
your outro. Yeah.
Glaiza could have
I love
turned off their camera, and we would have never known. We would have
Yes.
never known.
Yeah, Glaiza was actually apparently muted in some way. I don't know.
Oh,
I
no!
heard Glaiza. Also not
fine.
muted in OBS, but it's fine. So,
Yeah.
No, here's
Anyway.
like Glaiza's not music. That's just a freeze frame.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I do hope that something
I hope
happens
they- I hope
with
they
the
made it to the car. I
intersection
hope-
that
I hope-
actually
I
makes it possible to. And also, I hope the Glaiza makes it to the car. Yes. But yeah. Yeah.
I know. Okay, wait. I know we're supposed to be ending, but I did have a question from like.
Oh,
Andrew's
Yes,
Yeah.
you did. Go ahead.
My question is, okay? Other than your boss who runs this, working for ReadPop, what is stopping you from taking what you've built with the intersection to like? What if you take your talents to South Beach?
In order to do that, I need funding. I would need people, I would need a convention to hire me, right? Like, that's basically it. My expertise stays my expertise. I like, this is still what I do. This is still my knowledge area. And so like I have built conventions before. I have worked for other conventions before. I am open to it. If someone would like to hire me, like I am happy to build you a thing that is intentional and fits with your branding in your space. But yeah, that's
I'm
that's it.
I'm not allowed to build a convention because I don't have money to pay people. But I do have a Google Doc.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's like I can like I'm not exclusive to PAX by any way, shape, or form. I don't fully know if I'm still, I don't know.
Like you said, you're a contractor, so I'm like, except for your boss working for ReadPop, what is stopping you from just being like, okay, you don't want me here, I'm gonna go to South Beach, or you know what I mean?
I need someone to want me, or I need somebody to hand me a boatload of money.
Money. The answer is money. The answer is here's Lamia's GoFundMe.
Yes.
That's just for my house. That's just
If you want to give Lamia enough money for the house to like run a convention out of your basement, a small like we could start small,
Yeah.
a small 1-day convention in your basement.
no, I don't want y'all here. God,
That's
you're
fair.
messy.
That's fair.
No, but yeah. So, but you can support other things I do. I have a whole ass podcast. Let me do another season of that. Send some money over to the Ko-Fi for the podcast.
Okay, you didn't give
or
me
give me
a Ko-Fi link, so I don't have it. So I can't
it's
put it
in
your
my
command.
bio link.
It's not.
Yeah, it is.
What,
It's
what not in the I just stole the Red Markets command.
Oh,
yeah, that doesn't have the link in it.
yeah.
That's-
No, that's okay. So that's Viz's problem.
Yeah.
Here, I'm
That's
gonna
you
get
gave me.
bopped. I'm gonna get. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if I'm allowed to post links in here. Oh, I am.
Apparently
Hi,
not. No,
look.
No,
it got censored. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's okay.
Um,
I'm in mod view. No, it's still censored for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the thing.
Yeah.
It's
But give
fine.
Lamia money.
Yeah, give Lamia money. I need to just say it for myself at this point that some of this needs to be cut out for YouTube, and I just need to put the links in the description anyway. But yeah,
I'll make the command to have a link in it.
All right.
So with that, give Lamia money. Overfund the GoFundMe to such an extent that Lamia will be forced to hold an entire convention in their house for you.
Or no. Either better. Overfund the GoFundMe so much to the point in which Lamia can rent a space for like 3 days for a convention. That's actually the goal. Like, here's the thing. So I see so many crowdfunding campaigns. I see so many like Kickstarters or whatever happen, and they overfund the goal for this like, it's not boring. I'm not saying it's boring. I'm just saying these people who are unmelanated, who do not need the money, they just want the money. We could make it happen. I know we could. Like, not us personally, but like collectively, we all like enough. If 2,800 people went to the intersection space, then there's clearly a desire for this thing. Like, you gotta find the people. You have to find the people so we can build the thing.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe one day there'll be a crowdfunding and it'll be for a convention I've started. Maybe I'll decide to do that again.
I will be here. I will volunteer.
With that said, outro time, I think. So apart from running a convention soon, Lamia, what do you do?
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
What do you want to shout out apart from your upcoming LamiaCon?
Oh God. Apart from LamiaCon, which is just me screaming into the void for an audience. You can come see me on Friday nights at Bad House RPG's channel, co-storytelling Veils of Chicago with Werewolf Feels Nordin Ali and our fabulous, fantastic cast. You can find me on July 25th running a one-shot that will, of course, be a Dread game with a wonderful cast that has not been named yet, so I can't name here, on a channel that hasn't been named, that I won't name and might be a halfling. And might be a black halfling over there.
At least more than 2 halflings.
Not just the channel is only one of the halflings, but you get to find out which one, so I don't say too much. Other projects are forthcoming once life changes get out of the way. They're already recorded, so that's fun. You can come see me be a weird little guy soon at some point on Other Sider Studios. You can go check out my podcast, which the final talkback episode will release not tomorrow, but the following Monday. Woke Mental Wellness, everywhere you pod your casts. And yeah, you can find me on Blue Sky and Black Sky for all the other stuff that I do and talk about, including gaming and mental health. Oh, if you're a clinician, I have a training on the 17th of this month. Is that the right day? Yeah, Friday the 17th in like 2 weeks. I have a training about utilizing various forms of play and joy in therapy as trauma work. So if you're a clinician, you can do that because there's an overlap. Also, fun fact, 3 of 5 of us on Veils of Chicago are therapists. So if you ever wonder what happens when you get therapists together to run, to play TTRPGs, Veils of Chicago, that's what happens. So yeah, I think that's everything. If you can, pop some money into that GoFundMe. My basement is currently backing up because it's a super El Nino year and like the strongest one in recorded history. And so all the city water mains are full and some of it's backing up into my house.
Don't y'all have a lake that you can dump that into?
You just get some buckets.
That's not how that works. That's why we had to go to break. My friend was dropping off more sawdust pellets so that I can keep my basement manageable. So yes, but yeah, and then go on the Find Out Productions YouTube page and go watch Red Markets. It is a cozy, wholesome game about love and friendship.
No.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
posted
you
the
can do
content warnings
that.
first.
Yeah,
Imani
that
blowing
makes
up my
sense.
spot.
The content warnings that I've updated multiple times because we just kept adding things.
Yeah.
One of the favorite sentences of that game was when Tay just went, "What do you mean, a child?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's another content warning, I guess."
Yeah. No, to
no
be fair,
context for that one, but you know.
to be fair, the content warnings for Veils of Chicago currently are history and present realities, including racism, chattel slavery, colonialism, wartime violence, veterans, body horror, blood, mind control, paralysis, gaslighting, mental illness and derangement, emotional and physical abuse, xenophobia, law enforcement, drug use, complex relationships, possible cannibalism, shadow manipulation, and poaching. And anything we didn't remember.
What? I had
Yep.
questions, but now I have less questions. I have less questions, and it's okay.
But yeah, do watch Red Markets and Veils of Chicago. If you want to talk about either one, we have a Discord where you can do that. Link is in chat now. And with that, Imani, time for your outro. And also, you have another show that people can talk about in our Discord and should.
Oh
And
yeah.
they should also
Hi,
all
I'm
watch
Imani.
it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Imani. You can find me on here, Find Out Production. You can also soon to find me on my own actual channel, as always Imani. But yeah, you can the other game that I'm producing, with the beautiful help of Birth of Hope, who's doing amazing production work in the background, literally said, no, I got this. For Deadly Crescendos, which is a Cowboy Bebop actual play TTRPG, also being co-GM'd by Dusty and Eli. It's a good time. It's gonna be 10 episodes. We're currently 5 episodes in, 3 episodes have aired. It is pre-recorded. But we'll be going through most till August, so please hang out and check that. There will be a link to the VODs because they just started going live at midnight on YouTube, because I think it's funny to put Cowboy Bebop VODs up when Cowboy Bebop used to air in real time on Adult Swim.
Nice.
But I need to update our command to have the links to the VODs. Yeah, join the Discord to make Lamia Kana a real thing.
Yes. For some reason, the discussion will happen exclusively in our Discord channel, although Lamia is not.
It'll be Lamia Khan in collaboration with Find Out Production.
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna sponsor. We're gonna be the first sponsors of Lamia Khan.
Wiz is gonna fly us all to the EU and out of this hell country.
I don't think the EU
Sure,
is
yeah.
better. I don't think it's better over there. Not for us.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. And also, there's at least it's racist with healthcare.
That's true.
I could really use the healthcare.
That's true. I'm lucky in which I make so little money I actually get insurance through California. Your outro.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, my outro. Yeah, I'm Janis, he, him. You can find me flying people out to Europe very soon, I think. Apparently, yes. When I'm not doing that, when I'm not doing that, then on Saturdays, I run Blades in the Dark here on this channel at very early times for the US. It's like 11 a.m. Eastern.
It's not early. The hell?
It's early for it gets early if you go to Pacific time.
Well,
no, it's not that early.
That's your mistake. No one cares about them.
True.
Okay.
Absolutely true.
It's you know what? I'll support that because the PT-based player is out of the call.
I've been making those reference games. I'm on a 23-day streak for watching Final Production stream. I've been making those games.
Yeah.
Wait, are you West Coast?
Yeah, I'm California. I'm LA.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Not only does no one care about you, but they're gonna burn you alive.
Listen. They were setting off fireworks, and so I live in California. I live in LA, so I have an app on my phone that tells me when there's a fire department, like fire warning. It went off so many times last night from fireworks. Like, why are you like this, guys? Why are you trying to burn? Like, why are you like this?
If that's not America in a nutshell, I don't know what is. You live in a tinderbox,
anything
and
else
you're
that I
putting
have to
off
say? No.
fireworks.
I'm trying to think if I have anything else to announce. I kinda have, but also not really. In about 3 weeks, I will be running Trophy Dark here. Cast and specific module yet to be announced. But yeah, Trophy Dark,
recommend for that?
another cheerful game.
At some point on Find Out Productions, Wiz is going to have me, Elliot, and Glaiza in a game together, and it's just going to be disaster.
I was worried that was going to come up because, yeah, the toxic love triangle is kind of shaping up there.
It'll be great. It'll be good. It'll be good viewing. It'll be good. It'll be good. Good fun viewing.
I kind of picked a game for the toxic romance between Elliot's and Lamia's characters, which would be very specifically a duo game or just a game with 2-player characters. So now I think I need to think about that a little bit again. But yeah.
That's wild. Elliot and I's fucking storyline, our WWE bloodline-esque storyline has gotten so big that Wiz is picking games to try to contain it to a game because it now needs its own game. It can't be part of another game anymore.
We gotta wrap this
things
up.
I've got coming up. Yeah, other things. You're telling me that I'm trying to get my fucking outro done for 10 minutes and you keep interrupting me. Like, please tell us more about the final last you got. Yeah, I have nothing else to announce just now. Most things that I'll be doing on this channel otherwise will be starting in August or later, because everything up till then is going to be, one-shots and Blades in the Dark, which is soon going to end with possibly more PvP, because that just, for some reason, I don't know how and why it happens in my games. I'm innocent.
Bullshit.
Goodbye, everybody.
Liar.